Hello, I'm Scott Strauss. On 9/11, I was a New York City police officer assigned to finding survivors buried under the rubble of the World Trade Center. Those were difficult days, but what kept me going was seeing the way Americans joined together in unity. It didn't matter if you were a Democrat or a Republican or anything else. For 9/11 this year, now a National Day of Service, let's rekindle that spirit of unity by doing good deeds. Visit 911day.org to learn more.
First, they said cigarettes were safe. We know how that turned out. Now, they say they didn't market e-cigarettes to teens. Fact, more than 1 in 4 high school students are vaping, and 80% say their first e-cigarette was flavored. Vaping is harmful to developing brains. The reason we think vaping is safe? Marketing. Same lies, different day. Tell Big Vape to quit lying.
There's a place to share gossip about the office party fun, and a place to share the story you tell everyone. There's a place to share a laugh about when things went wrong, and a place to share the video of you dancing to your song. There's a place to share spare change, lunch, and your time. But we could all be better at sharing how we're feeling inside. 76% of employees have struggled with at least one issue that affected their mental health. When you share, you're not alone.
Hey there, I'm Lance Bass, and this is CHIP. And for more than 100 years, American Humane has been protecting animals in times of crisis. And if you're like me, your pet means the world to you, and you want to keep them safe if disaster strikes. American Humane's first responders are always prepared to rescue animals in danger, but you can also help. To learn more about disaster planning and keeping your animals safe, please visit AmericanHumane.org.
Not all people are the same. And yet, when we visit the doctor, our treatments don't look that different. Why is that? Because we just don't have enough information to do it better. By gathering health data from 1 million people, our country's best researchers will be able to develop treatments that are as unique and complex as we are. With this new information, doctors will have a better understanding of disease so they can innovate the next great breakthroughs in medicine. Learn more at joinallofus.org. Not all people.
Prescription drug pricing points to corporate mountain.
Freedom of the press is about your right to know.
And Clark sheer athleticism.
It's about your right to be informed. Today, there are real threats to press freedom.
Reaching residential areas.
And your right to know about the world around us. We must protect our right to know, no matter what kind of news is important to you. Before it's too late. Understand the threats. ProtectPressFreedom.org.
Prescription drug pricing points to corporate mountain.
Freedom of the press is about your right to know.
And Clark sheer athleticism.
It's about your right to be informed. Today, there are real threats to press freedom.
Reaching residential areas.
And your right to know about the world around us. We must protect our right to know, no matter what kind of news is important to you. Before it's too late. Understand the threats. ProtectPressFreedom.org.
Every year, 4.5 million young adults between the ages of 18 and 24 visit the ER.
It's every parent's nightmare.
Umergency gives you all the tools you need to quickly and effectively manage your family's emergency. Umergency provides instant access to vital resources, customized to your student's campus and local community, digital consent form, and built-in urgent alert button. Umergency gives you peace of mind when you need it most. Download your Umergency app now. Every year, 4.5 million young adults between the ages of 18 and 24 visit the ER.
It's every parent's nightmare.
Umergency gives you all the tools you need to quickly and effectively manage your family's emergency. Umergency provides instant access to vital resources, customized to your student's campus and local community, digital consent form, and built-in urgent alert button. Umergency gives you peace of mind when you need it most. Download your Umergency app now.
Welcome to Soul Dates Live. Soul Dates Live. Good evening. I am your host, Sean Garvey. All right, so kind of getting a little bit used to the theme song here that we're playing in the background. We usually come in with a different type of, with the original theme song that you have been used to hearing since 2023. The year that we first premiered Soul Dates Live. 2023 almost seemed like it was yesterday. But there's a reason why we have to switch up the beat due to copyright stuff and what have you. So this is the beat that we're going to rock out with until further notice. Sean Garvey here. You see it at the bottom of your screen there. Follow me at Sean Garvey ATL, or if you want to follow my channel, Honey, available on Roku TV. Follow me and the team there at Honey Movies app at the bottom of your screen there. This is Soul Dates Live. If you are new to the program, this is the show in which we bring in a bachelor or bachelorette to come into the studio, the virtual studio that is, and possibly, potentially meet their future boyfriend or their future girlfriend by going through 3 rounds where the bachelor or bachelorette asks each contestant questions as if they are on an actual date. And we are doing it live on multiple streaming platforms, but for the past few weeks, we've been doing it on YouTube at Reach One Network, due to some other things that happened behind the scenes. And we're going to be simulcasting Soul Dates Live very soon once we get everything in order. Better yet, we're going to go into a different direction. All right, so this is new to everybody. This is kind of new to everyone. And so before I go any further, I want to say this. First and foremost, I appreciate everybody that's been supporting Soul Dates Live since day one. Something new outside of what I usually do when it comes to producing and hosting content. Many of you all know me from the Beat Break Morning Show, Therapy Ain't No Joke, The Mental Space, any other show that I had the opportunity to host and curate the program. And for those that may not know a little bit about my history when it comes to matchmaking dating, we have done a few episodes where we did a little bit of matchmaking on the Beat Break Morning Show. We did it on 2 or 3 episodes. If you go back and look at our archives on YouTube at Reach One Network, formerly known as Beat Break Radio. And the idea to do a dating show outside of what you all have known me to do came from the fact that, hey, look, the dating scene is hard. It has become harder, especially since COVID. And people are looking for different outlets to get better results. And so I designed this show for real people that are looking for real relationships. You hear me say that so many times during the course that we've been doing this show. And congratulations to us for being the highest rated show on our channel. Honey, the most viewed on the Flow Television Network, which is one of our affiliate stations. And for you all for supporting and giving me the positive feedback about the show. You love it. You saw and seen some of the daters and people that have came on the show in the past couple of years. Because like I said, we've been doing this show since 2023 and it's the beginning of 2025. So we're already coming up on February, Valentine's Day month. Wow, what a coincidence, right? But this executive decision is coming from yours truly, to where I'm taking the show into a different direction. And let me just expound on that for a moment. When it comes to doing content or doing a show, like a dating show, if you will, right? On the outside looking in, it looks easy, but it's not. And it requires time, effort, a lot of marketing, a lot of promotion, and everything in between, right? But the challenging part is getting the daters to come on the show on the time that they have to be on the show. And sometimes, you know, people are very picky and very, what's the word I'm looking for? Selective when it comes to what type of platform they want to be seen on. And so I want to make this very clear when it comes to this kind of show. This show, just to reiterate a little bit, this show is designed for people who are looking for real relationships, looking for a potential mate, looking to get back into the dating scene, that may take a break from dating for a minute or two. And this also serves as an alternative for people who cannot get the type of outcome that they are not able to get from anywhere else. And it's not knocking the other platforms that are out there. I mean, all of us, including myself, have ventured on various platforms, matchmaking shows, dating apps, the whole 9 yards. And so in the preliminary stages of creating this show, and we're going to get to our dater in just a few moments. She's in our green room, by the way. I just want to make sure I mention that, because I don't want to make it seem I'm on my soapbox throughout the entire taping of the show. But going into the making of doing this show back in 2023, my purpose is to do something that other broadcasters and content creators are not doing. And granted, there are other dating shows that are out there, especially in the YouTube universe, that are either doing the same thing, they're using each other's same formula, or they're doing something that is somewhat outside the box. And I don't want to go into the direction of doing something that doesn't bring any type of integrity to the program. And so let me just say, for example, right, the Pop the Balloon show, I think put in the comment section, YouTube at Reach One Network, if that's the actual name of the show. But the Pop the Balloon show, which of course is not only a national show, it's an international show, right? And I saw a skit on SNL a couple of weeks ago when Dave Chappelle was the host for SNL. And they did a skit mimicking the Pop the Balloon dating show, right? And it was one of the most funniest skits that I've seen Dave Chappelle do, right? But there's shows like that are in the universe of content creation. And, you know, big up to the people behind it and the host of the show that's been winning, that's been killing it. But that's not me. You know what I mean? That's not the kind of show that I want to do. You know, I mean, everybody has their own formula and everything, and it brings in a lot of viewership, a lot of eyeballs and attraction and stuff like that. But I bring a sense of nostalgia to this new world of how we consume entertainment and streaming, and bring a form of integrity, by the way. You know, and if we were to go into that direction of doing the same thing as the Pop the Balloon dating show, or all these other shows that are getting more numbers than we're getting, that loses the integrity behind why this show was built in the first place. And so with that being said, So Dates Live is the kind of show where it brings people together, whether romantically or on a friendship level, and they're not being portrayed in a negative light. And the other part of the reason why I want to take this show into a different direction is because of the nuances that continue to happen behind the scenes on the show. And if I can be very honest and transparent with my viewers and with my followers out there, we have had so many submissions from all walks of life wanting to inquire about being on the show and participating on the show. And we have had folks that said, well, hey, you know, if y'all not paying us to be on the show, why should I come on the show? Or, you know, it would be like, oh, something came up at the last minute. I'm sorry. You know, this, that, and the other. Is all these different nuances that are happening either before or during the same day as the taping. And what people have to understand is that this is television. This is not just only streaming, but this is television where we are live. This is not pre-recorded. This is live. This may be pre-recorded to you if you're watching this show either on a Monday or Tuesday or in our on-demand section on YouTube at Reach One Network. But there's a lot of effort that we put into this show days before the airing of the episode. And so the protocol, the process is that me and my assistant, Kelly, big shout out to Kelly for doing an amazing job during the duration of the show, is that we reach out to people that inquire about being on the show as daters. Me and Kelly do the footwork, and the process is we send people the questionnaire before they come on the show, because, you know, we don't put just anybody on the show, but we send people out a questionnaire. They fill out the questionnaire, and sometimes we do screenings with the people either by way of Zoom or by way of phone. And, you know, sometimes people are very skeptical about being on the show, especially when there's no money involved. And let me just say this before we go into the bottom of the hour, because we're working on getting everything in place for tonight's show. The reason why we don't pay people to come on the show is because this is not a social experimental show. This is the kind of show where we serve as an alternative to the other dating apps that are out there. Because what I find very interesting is that people want to be paid to be on the show, but yet it's coming from the same people that are paying money to be on Match.com, that are being on Tinder and Hinge. Because now, I don't know if you know or not, you haven't been in these dating app streets, but those platforms are now charging people to get profiles sent to them, or to get matched up, if you will. But majority of the time, just from our surveys and from our studies and stuff, they're not getting the outcomes that they thought they would get from those dating apps. It's only rare that they are, but for the majority portion, they're not. You know, and so those same people that have been on those dating apps and on those different dating platforms come over to us, to So Dates Live, for a chance to find their perfect one, to find their match, or somebody that's close to what they are looking for. So I want to make sure I set the record straight, because we've been getting feedback and comments from people about, you know, what is it that we could do better, this, that, and the other. And we will get better in 2025. That's why I said we're going into a different direction in 2025, which is doing all of our live shows on Instagram. And somebody else is already doing that. I'm not going to say who it is. I'm not going to call out any names. But we're not going to use that person's same formula. We're going to do it differently on Instagram. So that way it will give viewers a chance to watch us on Instagram. And the person that we bring on one at a time will also see them on Instagram. And it will just create a better chance for a person to be matched up, instead of doing it the way that we've been doing it since 2023. So, you know, I know the classic saying, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But sometimes you may need to replace what is broken with a new product. And at times that new product may be a little bit more better than the old product that was broken. I'm just saying. All right. It's the bottom of the hour. We got our dater in the queue, and we're going to bring her on in just a few moments right here on So Dates Live. And we're going to allow her to introduce herself and tell you all a little bit about herself. And hopefully we'll bring these daters on the show, all right? So once again, it's So Dates Live, bottom of the hour here. We're going to take a commercial break or a PSA break, and then we will be right back right after these messages. So Dates Live with Sean Garvey. We are live, YouTube, at Reach One Network. Don't go anywhere.
Hello, I'm Scott Strauss. On 9/11, I was a New York City police officer assigned to finding survivors buried under the rubble of the World Trade Center. Those were difficult days, but what kept me going was seeing the way Americans joined together in unity. It didn't matter if you were a Democrat or Republican or anything else. For 9/11 this year, now a National Day of Service, let's rekindle that spirit of unity by doing good deeds. Visit 911day.org to learn more. Hello, I'm Scott Strauss. On 9/11, I was a New York City police officer assigned to finding survivors buried under the rubble of the World Trade Center. Those were difficult days, but what kept me going was seeing the way Americans joined together in unity. It didn't matter if you were a Democrat or Republican or anything else. For 9/11 this year, now a National Day of Service, let's rekindle that spirit of unity by doing good deeds. Visit 911day.org to learn more.
First, they said cigarettes were safe. We know how that turned out. Now, they say they didn't market e-cigarettes to teens. Fact, more than 1 in 4 high school students are vaping, and 80% say their first e-cigarette was flavored. Vaping is harmful to developing brains. The reason we think vaping is safe? Marketing. Same lies, different day. Tell Big Vape to quit lying. First, they said cigarettes were safe. We know how that turned out. Now, they say they didn't market e-cigarettes to teens. Fact, more than 1 in 4 high school students are vaping, and 80% say their first e-cigarette was flavored. Vaping is harmful to developing brains. The reason we think vaping is safe? Marketing. Same lies, different day. Tell Big Vape to quit lying. First, they said cigarettes were safe. We know how that turned out. Now, they say they didn't market e-cigarettes to teens. Fact, more than 1 in 4 high school students are vaping, and 80% say their first e-cigarette was flavored. Vaping is harmful to developing brains. The reason we think vaping is safe? Marketing. Same lies, different day. Tell Big Vape to quit lying.
There's a place to share gossip about the office party fun, and a place to share the story you tell everyone. There's a place to share a laugh about when things went wrong, and a place to share the video of you dancing to your song. There's a place to share spare change, lunch, and your time. But we could all be better at sharing how we're feeling inside. 76% of employees have struggled with at least one issue that affected their mental health. When you share, you're not alone. There's a place to share gossip about the office party fun, and a place to share the story you tell everyone. There's a place to share a laugh about when things went wrong, and a place to share the video of you dancing to your song. There's a place to share spare change, lunch, and your time. But we could all be better at sharing how we're feeling inside. 76% of employees have struggled with at least one issue that affected their mental health. When you share, you're not alone.
Hey there, I'm Lance Bass, and this is CHIP. And for more than 100 years, American Humane has been protecting animals in times of crisis. And if you're like me, your pet means the world to you, and you want to keep them safe if disaster strikes. American Humane's first responders are always prepared to rescue animals in danger, but you can also help. To learn more about disaster planning and keeping your animals safe, please visit AmericanHumane.org.
Not all people are the same. And yet, when we visit the doctor, our treatments don't look that different. Why is that? Because we just don't have enough information to do it better. By gathering health data from 1 million people, our country's best researchers will be able to develop treatments that are as unique and complex as we are. With this new information, doctors will have a better understanding of disease so they can innovate the next great breakthroughs in medicine. Learn more at joinallofus.org. Not all people are the same. And yet, when we visit the doctor, our treatments don't look that different. Why is that? Because we just don't have enough information to do it better. By gathering health data from 1 million people, our country's best researchers will be able to develop treatments that are as unique and complex as we are. With this new information, doctors will have a better understanding of disease so they can innovate the next great breakthroughs in medicine. Learn more at joinallofus.org.
Right, all right. Welcome back to Soul Dates Live. We are live YouTube at Reach One Network. By the way, we're going to be airing on Honey as well as the Flow Television Network and the other social media platforms that you have saw our previous episodes on Instagram at Sean Garvey ATL and on Facebook in just a few days. But you can catch this show on demand if you miss any of tonight's highlights of Soul Dates Live. All right, so just be on the lookout for that. It will be on demand momentarily, okay? And also, don't forget to follow me at Sean Garvey. Speaking of which, Sean Garvey ATL on Instagram and at Honey Movie Apps on all of your social media platforms, ladies and gentlemen. All right, so without further ado, let me bring on our dater for the evening. But before I do that, I'm just going to introduce you to her so you can get a little bit more of an idea of who this beautiful young lady is. All the way from Boise, Idaho. I'm sorry, am I saying it right? It's been a minute since I said the state name right. Idaho, Boise, Idaho. She is an actress, she is a singer and a model. So, you know, she's been very busy in the entertainment industry. Some of her hobbies include making dog toys, as well as whatever the latest DIYs to come across her pin interest are. And she just likes to bake for fun. And her zodiac sign is Cancer, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. What motivated her to be on the show is to find somebody to love. Now, see, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about right there. So, ladies and gentlemen, y'all give it up for Jade on Soul Dates Live. Hi, Jade. Good evening.
Hi, how's it going?
It's going. But I'm happy you are here.
Yeah, me too. I'm so excited.
Yeah. Well, welcome to Soul Dates Live. This is your first time being on the show, so we really appreciate you. I'm going to go ahead and bring up the close-up angle here so everybody can fully see your face there. All right, so Jade, tell us a little bit more about yourself.
Well, first of all, I feel like really embarrassed that I'm wearing glasses right now, but I can't
Go ahead and take your glasses off.
I need to be able to see. I usually wear contacts, but I had an accident with a bottle of soda. It sprayed in my eyeball, so I have to wear glasses right now.
Oh, wow. Today? Did this happen today?
No, it was like 2 days ago, but I can't wear my contacts until my eyes.
Oh, wow. I'm sorry to hear that. I'm sorry, but you still made it. You are a trooper. You still made it to Soul Dates Live.
Mm-hmm.
All right, awesome. So talk to us a little bit about your dating history, your dating experience, and why those things brought you here to Soul Dates Live.
I don't know where to start. So first of all, I am interested in both men and women, but I've not had good experiences in dating in general. And I think that mostly now I've decided I just want to date women. But basically going on all the dating sites, trying to meet people, like that. It seems like everybody wants like a throwaway, like let's just go on dates for fun and not to actually have a real relationship or to be committed to anything. And so I want to find somebody that is actually wanting to have a real relationship and like a real connection and work through things. And
Yeah, and you're not the only one. There's been plenty of people that experience that first, or has been in the same situation as you. You have people that are not really looking for a serious relationship. They are just looking to just hook up.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. What are some of the things that you look for in a person?
Ooh, definitely personality. That's like the first thing, but I think somebody that's funny, somebody that's carefree, but also hardworking.
Carefree, hardworking. Okay. What does hardworking look to you? Because sometimes that can be very vague to a certain extent.
Yeah. So I think somebody who has goals.
Somebody who has goals. Okay.
Yeah. So somebody who has goals and like ambitions in life. Like I think I want a partner that isn't just willing to settle in their life and like always striving to do better and be a better person and have more, like whether that's emotionally or financially or whatever that may be, but just somebody who's like constantly striving to do better.
Okay. Now if we can do a deep dive real quick into what you just said a few moments ago about you're interested in both men and women, but your preference is more of women. Where did that actually come from, if you care to share?
I don't know how to explain where it came from. I feel like I've been having for like, I don't know, the last year or something, I've kind of just had epiphanies. Like maybe I am really only interested in women so I was like, maybe I should just take the step and just only date women.
Okay. All right. Everybody has a story behind why they switch sides or why they are interested or, curious about the same sex or going into that different route of, looking for the possibility that, hey, this person is not usually my type or what have you, but I'm willing to give it a chance. You know what I mean? Yeah. If you had to describe today's dating scene, how would you describe it?
Oh, I don't even know where to begin.
We got time. We definitely have time.
You've got time. Okay.
Okay.
I feel like it's like the throwaway culture. Like everybody thinks that people don't have value. I don't know. It's really sad to see that relationships don't seem to be so long term now. It just seems like meaningless, I guess.
Yeah.
And then I have I don't know. I also maybe in my state is really conservative state, and sometimes I am not completely aligned with that. So that can be difficult as well to find people to date around my area.
You in Idaho?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, very conservative.
Yeah.
I know my assistant and I, we reached out to you, and one of the questions were, are you willing to date somebody outside of the area? So you're open-minded. You're open to dating somebody outside of your area.
Yeah, I definitely am. I'm not sure that I want to stay in Idaho forever. So I am open to dating somebody outside of Idaho. And if I find the right person, I would definitely be willing to move and find other things in a different area for my career. So
what is the closest, because it's 50 states, not right. 2 states, 3 states. It's 50 states. So what is the closest you think you could date somebody?
Closest to Idaho?
Closest to Idaho, and around Idaho you have Nevada, you have Colorado, you have those states right there, because you were you kind of somewhat on the West Coast.
Yeah, I think maybe like Oregon and California are pretty close to me. And that's I'd be willing to do that.
What about somebody on the East Coast? On the East Coast or in the South?
That's so exciting. I am in.
Okay, all right. So you hear that, ladies, specifically ladies. Oregon and California are your two preferred states that you are willing to date someone in either one of those states. Oregon and California. Okay. I don't know what the scene is in Oregon. You know, I know as much as I know about California. That's a different story. But Oregon is, you know, a very interesting state. A little bit slept on, if you will. Yeah. Okay. And so to your hobbies really quick, because we're coming up on a break. To your hobbies here, like I mentioned, DIY. Can you educate our listeners and our viewers DIY, what the background is behind that?
Do you not know what DIY means?
I know what it means. But
you don't know what it means.
Some of our viewers don't know. You got to educate our viewers on that.
So DIY means do it yourself, and that can mean like building things, but for me, it's just for crafting things. I love making arts and crafts, and I have a Pinterest, which is what I'm like scrolling on all the time. I love making like little figurines, I don't know, anything that I find that I'm like, oh, that's so cute. I could make that. They have a lot of fun stuff you can make out of paper, glue, string, whatever it might be. And recently I've been really into dog toys because I love my little dog. And
you have a dog?
Yeah. Yeah, he's the best. He's a husky. He's so cute.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. Is your dog a protector?
No. He's a big baby.
I mean, I'm just saying, you know, you get matched with somebody, and there comes a time where the person that we could potentially match you with may want to come over to hang out or what have you, and then it comes in your husky.
Oh yeah, no, he's a big baby. I have to protect him. I feel like he hides behind me.
Yeah. All right. Once again, for those who are just tuning in to Soul Dates Live, we have Jade here. Jade from Boise, Idaho. You know, when I think of Idaho potatoes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Every time I would see Idaho potatoes in the grocery store, it makes me only think of Idaho when I see Idaho potatoes. So that's just a fun fact there. All right, so Jade, once again, she is from, if you don't mind me just telling a little bit about yourself for those who are just coming on. You are interested more so in women, but not opposed to dating men and women. You are in Boise, Idaho. Your free time hobbies are making dog toys, participating in the latest DIY activities. You also do bracelets, by the way, too. Another fun fact there. You are a Cancer. Shout out to the Cancers out there. If you are really into that type of zodiac sign thing. And by the way, another fun fact about you is that you are 26 years of age. Yep. 26 years of age. You look like you look younger than 26. So
do I?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Oh. Big compliment there. And you pretty much looking for love. You're looking for love, and you're looking for somebody who is willing to be in a committed relationship with you without all the games and stuff. Okay, cool. All right, so we got a little bit of time left right here on Soul Dates Live, Jade. Usually we go live until 10 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time, but let me see what I can work up within the 9 minutes that we have left before the top of the hour, and then we're going to go from there, okay? Sounds good, Jade?
Awesome.
Okay, awesome. All right. So once again, ladies and gentlemen, we have Jay here in the studio. And sometimes this happens live on Soul Dates Live. If you're new to the program. And so sometimes people agree to come on the show as daters and they go into radio silent mode. They go into MIA, and it happens on live television. It's one of the reasons why we're going into a different direction in 2025, because we want to make sure that whoever we bring on Soul Dates Live get the outcome that they're looking for and that they're looking to get when they come on these shows. Because this is not the first time this type of thing happened. Of course, in the entertainment business, we always say that when it comes to doing live shows, the show must go on. And we believe in doing that. Okay, so we're going to see what happens in just a few minutes. It is close to the top of the hour. We're going to take a brief break from your YouTube. After these PSAs, we will be back with more Soul Dates Live. Sean Garvey. And also, by the way, too, we put a StreamYard link. I want to make sure I mention that as well. We put a StreamYard link in the YouTube section here. So if you follow us YouTube at Reach One Network, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. We put a YouTube link there if you want to join in on the show. All right, we got time. And I forgot to mention this too. I got to do a better job at doing this as well. Make sure you support the show. Cash out, $ Reach One Communications to support the show and support us. You got to feed the machine, all right? Because, we put in a lot of work. We put in a lot of effort into doing these type of shows for you, okay? So, Soul Dates Live, Sean Garvey live right here on YouTube at Reach One Network and on demand. We will be right back after these PSA messages.
Hello, I'm Scott Strauss. On 9/11, I was a New York City police officer assigned to finding survivors buried under the rubble of the World Trade Center. Those were difficult days, but what kept me going was seeing the way Americans joined together in unity. It didn't matter if you were a Democrat or a Republican or anything else. For 9/11 this year, now a National Day of Service, let's rekindle that spirit of unity by doing good deeds. Visit 911day.org to learn more. Hello, I'm Scott Strauss. On 9/11, I was a New York City police officer assigned to finding survivors buried under the rubble of the World Trade Center. Those were difficult days, but what kept me going was seeing the way Americans joined together in unity. It didn't matter if you were a Democrat or a Republican or anything else. For 9/11 this year, now a National Day of Service, let's rekindle that spirit of unity by doing good deeds. Visit 911day.org to learn more.
First, they said cigarettes were safe. We know how that turned out. Now, they say they didn't market e-cigarettes to teens. Fact, more than 1 in 4 high school students are vaping, and 80% say their first e-cigarette was flavored. Vaping is harmful to developing brains. The reason we think vaping is safe? Marketing. Same lies, different day. Tell Big Vape to quit lying. First, they said cigarettes were safe. We know how that turned out. Now, they say they didn't market e-cigarettes to teens. Fact, more than 1 in 4 high school students are vaping, and 80% say their first e-cigarette was flavored. Vaping is harmful to developing brains. The reason we think vaping is safe? Marketing. Same lies, different day. Tell Big Vape to quit lying. First, they said cigarettes were safe. We know how that turned out. Now, they say they didn't market e-cigarettes to teens. Fact, more than 1 in 4 high school students are vaping, and 80% say their first e-cigarette was flavored. Vaping is harmful to developing brains. The reason we think vaping is safe? Marketing. Same lies, different day. tell Big Vape to quit lying. First, they said cigarettes were safe. We know how that turned out. Now, they say they didn't market e-cigarettes to teens? Fact, more than 1 in 4 high school students are vaping, and 80% say their first e-cigarette was flavored. Vaping is harmful to developing brains. The reason we think vaping is safe? Marketing. Same lies, different day. Tell Big Vape to quit lying.
There's a place to share gossip about the office party fun, and a place to share the story you tell everyone. There's a place to share a laugh about when things went wrong, and a place to share the video of you dancing to your song. There's a place to share spare change, lunch, and your time. But we could all be better at sharing how we're feeling inside. 76% of employees have struggled with at least one issue that affected their mental health. When you share, you're not alone.
Hey there, I'm Lance Bass, and this is Chip. And for more than 100 years, American Humane has been protecting animals in times of crisis. And if you're like me, your pet means the world to you, and you want to keep them safe if disaster strikes. American Humane's first responders are always prepared to rescue animals in danger, but you can also help. To learn more about disaster planning and keeping your animals safe, please visit AmericanHumane.org.
Not all people are the same. And yet, when we visit the doctor, our treatments don't look that different. Why is that? Because we just don't have enough information to do it better. By gathering health data from 1 million people, our country's best researchers will be able to develop treatments that are as unique and complex as we are. With this new information, doctors will have a better understanding of disease so they can innovate the next great breakthroughs in medicine. Learn more at joinallofus.org. Not all people are the same. And yet, when we visit the doctor, our treatments don't look that different. Why is that? Because we just don't have enough information to do it better. By gathering health data from 1 million people, our country's best researchers will be able to develop treatments that are as unique and complex as we are. With this new information, doctors will have a better understanding of disease so they can innovate the next great breakthroughs in medicine. Learn more at joinallofus.org. Not all people are the same. And yet, when we visit the doctor, our treatments don't look that different. Why is that? Because we just don't have enough information to do it better. By gathering health data from 1 million people, our country's best researchers will be able to develop treatments that are as unique and complex as we are. With this new information, doctors will have a better understanding of disease so they can innovate the next great breakthroughs in medicine. Learn more at joinallofus.org.
Prescription drug pricing points to corporate
Freedom of the press is about your right to know.
and Clark sheer athleticism.
It's about your right to be informed. Today, there are real threats to press freedom
Reaching residential areas.
and your right to know about the world around us. We must protect our right to know, no matter what kind of news is important to you. Before it's too late, understand the threats. ProtectPressFreedom.org.
Every year, 4.5 million young adults between the ages of 18 and 24 visit the ER.
It's every parent's nightmare.
Umergency gives you all the tools you need to quickly and effectively manage your family's emergency. Umergency provides instant access to vital resources, customized to your student's campus and local community, digital consent form, and built-in urgent alert button. Umergency gives you peace of mind when you need it most. Download your Umergency app now.
Prescription drug pricing points to corporate
Freedom of the press is about your right to know.
and Clark sheer athleticism.
It's about your right to be informed. Today, there are real threats to press freedom
Reaching residential areas.
and your right to know about the world around us. We must protect our right to know, no matter what kind of news is important to you. Before it's too late, understand the threats. ProtectPressFreedom.org.
All right, and we're back. So Dates Live. We are at the top of the hour. Sean Garvey hanging out with our dater for tonight, Jade, ladies and gentlemen, from Boise, Idaho. I'm about to say Ohio, or Idaho. So Jade, like I told you, this is a live telecast.
Right.
Anything can happen, and unfortunately, we weren't able to get any daters to come on. I did see one. I think you saw it as well, Jade. Someone in the queue was interested in coming on.
Oh.
But we sent this person, I'm not sure if it was a male or a woman, but we sent this person a message letting them know that they can email us souldateslive@gmail.com to be a future contestant on the show. So let me make sure I put that up on the screen there. Speaking of which, there we go, right there. Okay, souldateslive@gmail.com. So anybody that's watching us right now on YouTube and on demand, you can email us souldateslive@gmail.com if you want to be a future guest or future dater to be on the show. And so at the beginning of the show, I mentioned that we're going to take the show into a different direction only because of several nuances that continue to happen during the taping of the program. And so in order for me to give you the best quality programming and to give you the kind of episodes that you want to see without any flaws, I should say, any flaws or mistakes during a live broadcast or what have you, we got to switch it up. We got to change some things around to make sure that these type of nuances don't continue to happen,
Yeah, without me getting stood up.
I mean, you can kind of look at it that way, Jade. I mean, I hate to say it, but I mean,
that's what happened.
Yeah, I mean, look, ladies and gents, especially ladies, this is a very beautiful woman in Boise, Idaho, single. Do you have any kids, by the way? Because we don't put that in. She doesn't have no kids. No kids, 26 years of age, has a career, has a job. She has
have the best dog ever.
Husky, what's your dog's name, by the way?
His name's Titus.
Titus. Yes.
He's so cute.
Okay. And single. I mean, did I mention single? Because like I said, we don't just bring people on here and they are dealing with some type of situationship, what have you. I mean, this is a woman who has her stuff together, ladies and gents. So souldateslive@gmail.com. So I have some options that I want to present to you, but I'd rather talk to you about them offline than on the air. You know what I mean? Because I want to make sure that whatever option you choose is suitable for what is comfortable to you. Because you took time out of your schedule to be on this show to look for love. Yeah. And even though we had a few people that stood you up, we want to make sure that I look out for you. Both me and Kelly look out for you, and that you get the type of outcome that you are seeking. Okay, so how does that sound if we can talk offline?
Yeah, that sounds great.
Sounds great. Okay, awesome. And let me just say that once again, to not misconstrue anything during the taping of the show here, we are not going off the air. We are not going off. This show is not being taken off the air or anything of that particular nature. We are just making a paradigm shift in how we go about operating the show. Because I have fun, Jade. I mean, you was actually, just a fun fact, by the way. I want to make sure I throw this out there because a couple of weeks ago, you actually commented on an episode of Soul Dates Live when we had Uncle G on the show. Big shout out to Uncle G if you're watching right now. We had him on the show, a comedian, by the way. And unfortunately, well, I'm not going to even like tell or say exactly what happened towards the end of the program. I'd rather for our viewers and for our audience to go back and watch it on demand. Mm-hmm. But how did you feel about that particular episode, watching Uncle G go up in front of two women in real time to see who he was most compatible with?
That was awesome to see. And then you like could tell that he was nervous also, which was making me laugh because he was trying really hard, but
yeah.
Like he was stumbling over his words sometimes, and it was like entertaining to see. And I hope I don't do that, but I probably will. But yeah.
But I will say this. We will be doing some follow-ups this year in 2025. So from the episodes that we did air in 2025, I'm not sure if you watched every episode of Soul Days Live, Jade, but there are some follow-ups that we are looking to be airing on Soul Days Live in 2025. Because some of the episodes that we have produced and have hosted, we have made some matches live and in real time. So I do want to follow up with those two people and bring them on the show, or at least bring one of them on the show, and let me and the viewers know how their date went. So I'm looking forward to that. You're probably looking forward to that. But most importantly, we're looking forward to seeing who Jade will be matched up with. That's what we're looking forward to the most.
Yeah.
All right, awesome. So any last words before we talk offline, Jade? And I want you to hang on. I don't want you to disconnect from the studio or leave the studio abruptly, but just let the people know, any last remarks or anything you want to say before we close out.
Well, I want to say thank you to you for even having me on here. And I really appreciate it. It's fun and it's a good opportunity. And I am so excited to hopefully find my match soon in the near future.
Awesome. All right. Well, thank you so much, Jade. And, if you want to let the people know how they can follow you on social media, if you do have a social media, you're more than welcome to.
Yeah. So I have a YouTube channel called, it's just Jade Hannah. If you want to see the cutest video of me and my dog, I just uploaded it like a week ago. So you can follow me on YouTube, subscribe, I guess. And
I want to put it up on the screen here. So let people know once again what that is.
It's just Jade Hannah.
It's just Jade Hannah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to put it up on the screen real quick so we can give the viewers an opportunity to write it down or to take a note of it. It's just...
No. I mean, like, it's literally just my name. So it's JADE space HANNA.
Okay. Now, let me know if I put it right here, because we want to make sure that... Oh, no, I got to change up a few things here. So we want to make sure that people go directly to your YouTube, and we might bring you back on, so if we don't get it right.
Oh, so it's like, it's just Jade Hannah, like not the it's just part. So you take the it's just off.
And okay. So that's why we needed clarification with it. Because sometimes, people say it's just Jade Hannah. Right.
Sorry, words are hard sometimes.
All right, so here you go.
Yeah.
Is that it? Okay.
Yeah.
So go to our YouTube channel right now, Jade Hannah, and watch some of her amazing videos on YouTube. Okay, you get to learn a little bit more about Jade and what she's about and what have you. And if you're interested in shooting your shot at Jade, we could make sure we make that happen, or try to make that happen, and go from there. Okay, so Jade, appreciate it. Thank you so much. Don't go anywhere. Stay in the queue so we can discuss some things, if you don't mind.
Okay.
All right, awesome. All right, so ladies and gents, Soul Dates Live, your host, Sean Garvey. And once again, I'm going to pull it up on my screen here so that way you can see it. Bam, souldateslive@gmail.com if you are interested in becoming a dater on the show. And that is the email address, souldateslive@gmail.com. And like I said before in one of our previous episodes, we're going to be switching over to Riverside FM very soon. It's been a delay. We were supposed to be on Riverside FM at the beginning of this year, but we had to delay it due to some other things behind the scenes and what have you. But we will be on Riverside.fm very, very soon. So that way we can simulcast our content on all streaming platforms, just like what we've been doing since 2024. Okay, so we got some new stuff coming up in 2025. But once again, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be going into a different direction with the show. We're going to actually be on Instagram live a lot more versus YouTube and all the other platforms. So how it's going to work is that we're going to go on Instagram live first, and then the content that will be on Instagram live will be available on YouTube and other platforms as on-demand content. So that's how the process is going to look like in the near future. So that way we can give you more of a better experience than what you've been witnessing over the past couple of months. You know, I mean, hey, we had some great shows and we had shows like this, but I'm a firm believer that every show that we do here on Soul Dates Live has been a great show, has been a good show, great episodes with some great people on here. And, you know, it also helps them become more familiarized with how the show is ran live on streaming and on television. By the way, we're simulcasting on Roku, Apple TV, Fire TV, and Android TV. So definitely be on the lookout for that again, because we will be back simulcasting very soon. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and end the show here, ladies and gentlemen, but I appreciate you all for coming on Soul Dates Live. And once again, the email address is here at the bottom of your screen there, souldateslive@gmail.com. Make sure you send those emails to both me and Kelly so we can put you down as a potential dater for Soul Dates Live. All right. Happy 2025. Once again, my birthday is coming up in a few days, so no live episodes this weekend. We're going to be turning up on my 41st birthday. 41st birthday this weekend. All right, so take care. Have a good evening. Have a good night. And we will talk to you all soon. And that is her YouTube channel. I don't know. Go check it out right now. All right, we're out of here. Bye-bye. Peace.